Okay. Let's see. I need to I need to adjust that. Is that too small? I think it's okay. Okay. Is my audio okay? And also, when I turn this up, is that's not showing on the audio? That's okay. That's good, right? I feel like I'm a bit quiet. I don't know how to fix that. Oh no. Oh, okay. This is Minesweeper. Roblox minesweeper specifically actually is I can what? Hold on. There's what? Really? Properties. Okay. Is that working? Is this working? Seriously? No audio? So it was the audio input thing then. My volume is low. I don't know how to fix that on this. Mouth closer to mic. It's as close as I'm comfortable getting to the mic. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm a bit closer. I don't want to be an ASMR streamer, you know? Like, this is a bit much. They go up real close. No, this is I'm literally kissing the mic right now. Is really? Really? Okay, yeah. Getting closer works actually. I don't want it like up to lips though. I don't like that. That's weird. I am. Okay, I sound like I'm like schizophrenic talking to nobody. I adjusted it. There's like no. You know what? Hold up. I'm gonna look at whatever this is. I'm gonna look at the manual because apparently I'm too quiet. There's only a gain and pattern knobs on the microphone and headphone stuff, which I didn't use. But gain doesn't really do anything here, I thought. Here, let me put... I'm gonna turn it up to the max. It's gonna sound like trash. Okay. That didn't do anything. Oh well, I'll just sound quiet. It's fine on my end. Unless my stream is lying to me. A liar. Okay, I'm gonna play Minesweeper. I have a couple of flags so far. This should be a nice space. But I got carried away over here. What I was doing over here was I was trying to figure this out. And this is like super... I don't want to touch that because like... Well... Okay. Well... Every time I've tried to do it, I've attempted it right, it's tricked me. And... done a like... Is that right? I feel like that's not it. That's too simple of a solution. Because over here, right, you've got these two, it says two. And then right here, these two, right here. Right here is still these two. These two, right? So theoretically, this should be open, right? Okay, I'm right. I hate doing that. It's like, it always tries to trick me and it feels so weird. Every time I've tried to do this, it's like, every time I think there's not one there, there's one there, and then I step on it, and then I die, and then the game's over, and then I have to start over. So with this, if I'm right, they're good. These two should be open. I'm right. And this is a 1, so this one should be the only flag around here. This one has 2, so it's including this one and one somewhere over here. However, this one is a 1, and there's a bomb, there's one right there. So this should be 3. Oh, and look at that. Nice. I'm so good at this game, I swear. And that one's 4, so this one's automatically a flag. Since this one is also 2, and that's 1, and that's just... Since this is 1, this should be open. I feel like this is better than my previous attempts because I'm like talking it out and just following through the logic. This one has 4, so that's 2, so I only have to figure 2 out. This one is 2. This one is 3. So I'm guessing... no. I was a little too hasty. There goes all my progress. See, that's what happens. Okay, well, I know that's 1 because they're corners. Diagonals count. Same thing for this one. Same thing for that one, so... That's like... The thing about these is, well, there's one there. Because, nope, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Because there's that right there. So this should be free space. Okay. Should be. Oh no. I'm just gonna ignore that. It could be a diagonal. I'm psyching myself out so bad. This one is hard because if there were bombs on both sides, this would say 2. So there's not. So for this tile, there's gotta be a bomb there because that one doesn't say 2, and that's what I think. I don't want to step there. Whatever. Oh. That's what happens when I try to logic it out. That sucks. Okay. Obvious is obvious. Whatever. And that one is free. So there. This should be free as well. It should be the same for this one. And same thing for that. Okay. Cleared some more of the board. Gotta be so patient. We've already got 2 for that 3. We've already got 2 for that 2. There's a 1 here. So it could be that there's a bomb right there. There's a bomb there because this is a 1, and within these tiles around it, that's the only space. So that is 1 bomb for both of these tiles. And for this tile, the only other space around it is that one, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark that one. With this one, we've already got 2 marked. These 3 could be bombs. For this one, it's similar, except 1 bomb is already marked, so it could be these 3. For this one, this is so tough. It could be any one of these. So could be it could look something like that. I'm not sure. I think I'll just go to another segment and try to solve that later. There's one. So this one. Well, it's gotta be like maybe right here. Because it would be this tile for it'll be that. These it'll be that. That it'll be still be that. For this one I'm not sure. It could be right there. And then it could be right here. Which would align with I'm being too quick with this. I feel like that's not the right answer. It would line up, but it doesn't look right. It's a red flag. A red flag. Yeah. This is where I get stuck. A lot of it is guessing and math. Two things that I get wrong all the time. But that's why I'm playing it, because I wanted to play it. It looked kind of fun. It could be right there. Okay, well, now I have to do it again. Let me... The thing with these ones in like rows is that it's so like hard to decipher. So technically it would still be a 1. It just can't be. So it could be here, and then that could be the 2. I'm trying to think this through so that I don't make a hasty mistake like last time. But what if it was like that and then that? Would it still line up with the 1 thing? It would. So that's just guessing, right? Unless I have to do this portion first before I try the ones. Gosh, I hate that. That's so difficult. So this one only has 1. So I can rule that out. That's 4. That's a 4. Okay. There's 4 bombs. There's 2 here, so that's a bomb, which is 2 out of the 4. 3 bombs here, but there's only 1 here. Would that make this one a bomb and then something here? That would satisfy the conditions of this 3. Ugh. Okay, had to do something, but now I can continue figuring this out. I'm so stressed. Like, there's. Oh my goodness. Another 3. That's cool. That's so cool right now. So cool. So I'm guessing there's one right there. Because there's a 3 here and a 3 here. Which means the only ones they share are these. And this one says only 1. Where am I going with this? I don't know. That means this one does not have a bomb. There's 1 bomb in here. And there's 1 bomb in here. Which, that's already 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap that. That's just the. Okay. Could we do that too? We could. So that's every time I do that it's scary. Even though I know there's just 1 bomb here. There's just 1 here. Okay, so there's 3 here. There's 1 bomb here, so that's the safe spot. There's 2 here. 1 there. So I guess 1 could be right there. That would satisfy the 3. So that, like that. Is that real? That's real! Oh my god, it's real! So this is safe, too. Would that mean this is also safe? Because this is also... Okay, there's only 1. I know 1 is there. Oh, look at that. I'm so good at this game. No, there's a bomb there. Because of 3. 1, 2. So that means there's a bomb there. And that satisfies the condition of that 2. And that 1. So that means there's a clear spot here. I'm doing so good. I'm doing so good. And then there's only 1 bomb here, so that would be right that. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? I am. Nice. Such a good minesweeper player. I feel like there's 1 there. This is so scary, even though I... Okay, so there's only 1 there. Really? That's scary. So I guess there's 1 right there. This would satisfy the conditions of the 2. While still leaving space for 3. Okay. Good. There's 1 here. There's also 1 here. Does that mean 1's right there, and then for the 3 there's... I don't know. I don't want to do it too soon. So that means there's 1 there. For these, is there 1 there? It would satisfy that, it would satisfy this, it would also satisfy that. No, it would not, actually. because the one also has a diagonal here. So that would be there, right? That would satisfy the 2. It would also satisfy the 1. So that space is safe. And that means the ones around here are safe. There can only be one bomb in here, in these 3. So I'm guessing it's right there. Because it would satisfy this 2 while also at this 2 at the same time. I feel like. There's also a 1 bomb here. That's spooky, spooky. So that's safe. That is also safe. Safe. Safe, safe, safe. That is not safe. Okay. Really? That makes sense. But for this one, that means there's no bomb here. So that would be a bomb. And for this one, it would gotta be like somewhere here, right? Because this one is also a 1, and I feel like that checks out. Yeah, that checks out. And then rest can be cleared here. Clear. Clear. There's 3 here. This is really... This is taking a while. So we've already got 2 out of 3 here. How would that work? So that would satisfy this 2. It would satisfy the 3. It would be 1 out of this 2. Like that? Because it would make sense. I'm gonna come back to that. I want to say... Okay, I'm good. That was right. That was the right answer, right? That was the right answer. That was good. Okay. And if I'm right about that, okay. And there's another 4. Okay, that's nice. So that's 3 out of 4. If I die on this, I'm leaving. I'm doing another Roblox game. This is like a brain exercise, if you like. It feels like what was that other one? It was called um it was called I don't remember what that one was called, but it was where you have a whole set of numbers. There's columns and rows, and then you get a sequence of numbers, and then that's the numbers that you have to like sort of do in a sequence of and make sure you don't get the wrong ones. I don't know how to explain it, but it has a name that's kind of like Minesweeper, but not really. It's more like orders of numbers than like, oh, how many things are in this radius or whatever. It's really interesting, but also it's a brainy thing. I feel like I wasn't. Okay, I guess I was right then. And that means, oh, look at that. Does that mean these tiles are safe? Looks like it. And does that mean... What's up with these tiles? I wanna say this one's fine. I'm right. Okay. Okay, it looks good. There's a lot of guessing going into this right now. I don't know how I feel about that. That's... So there can only be one in here. So maybe something like this. Cause that's with the 2 and the 3 and this 2, so those would be safe. I'm not sure about that 4. No! I didn't consider that. Alright. One more. Maybe right there. That's a lot. Am I sure? Am I really sure? I don't like that. Oh, look at that. Yep. Nice. Gonna remove that because I'm not sure. Okay. That's safe. Safe, safe. I want to say this is also safe. Cool, cool. Okay. Thinking about it. Maybe here? Cause that makes sense with the one right there. Okay. Then this is just two. That's one. So this will be a free spot. Nice. Guessing that's one there. Okay. Yep, that checks out right there. And then this is not. Okay. That. That. Then everything else over here. Right there. So this would be. There we go. Nice. Gonna look at the other side. Three right here. That could be anything. Gotta look at something else. Because I do not want to guess right there. That. Oh man. Welcome back then. Actually, that would make sense. So that's safe. Now I have a line. A straight line. I don't like that. That's... Okay, so... Nice. That would be 3, if I'm right. Okay. So I am right. Nice. So there's one right there. Obviously one right there. 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 Any more obvious ones? If that's... Then these should be safe. Because they're all ones. That... That's a bit scary. Nice. It's looking a little less scary over there now. There's only one in this space, so there's one right here. There'll be 2 in this space, so that leaves these open. And these, so there's something maybe here. I don't know, it feels too fast to guess right there. It would make sense though. And if this is the only one here, that means that's safe. Same thing for this one. Same thing for that. Not the same for that because it's a whole different tile. There's one there. There would be one somewhere here. Gonna take a look at this side. There would be one right there. And I'm guessing that one's safe. Yep. There's one there. There's one there. There's also one here. I don't know how I didn't clear this side yet. If there's... that should be safe. Nice. That's scary though. That's a 4. That's a thing. There's just one there, then that means all these tiles are good. That's one. I feel like I'm going a little bit too fast with this. I might mess up somewhere. This, then that means all these tiles are good. That's one. That's clearly one, so there's right there, and then these, there'd be that. Yep. Within these, cool, very cool. Somewhere right there, not sure. I feel like it would make sense for there to be one here, because that would include the 2 but also not include here. So I'm gonna say this spot's safe. Okay. I don't know how I didn't think of that. I don't know. I think it would be the same for that. I'm learning. I feel like I'm learning. There's one either here or here. But if this is a 1 and that's a bomb, then there's one there. And if that's good, then there's none here. And if that's 1, then there's none here. There's a 3, that's 1. And if that's 2, that's safe. Thing for this 1. I'm guessing that, because there would be one here. Okay, that one already has 3, so that one can't be a bomb, right? That's good. And that's, since that's a 3 and the surrounding tiles. So that's good. Same thing for this. Same thing for this. That's a bomb. If I'm right about that, then there's none here. Nice. 61 out of 100 flags. I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm not sure if I messed up here because there are 3 flags, but there's 2. Oh no, I didn't mess up. I'm just okay. So if that's right, then there's no surrounding things. There's only 1, so these are safe. That's 1. That's safe because that's 2. Same thing for these. That's a thing. There's something either there or there. My guess it would be there, maybe? Oops. Oh! I was too fast to guess. My bad. I was so close. Slowly getting there. Slowly. I swear I will win one. I'll win. If I don't get a single win and I end stream, then how can I call myself a true Roblox minesweeper player? If that's it, then these are some good tiles. That checks out, so that's safe. I don't want to touch that. Jeez. I'm gonna guess there might be one there. I'm gonna come back to that. If that's right, then there's none here. Gonna guess there's one there. There's 2 here, so, and that would be safe, right? Right, okay. Let's see. If this is right, then all these are safe, and that's 1. If there's only 1, then that's good. There should be only 2, so... And if that's good, then that's safe. There's 1. There's 1. This 2 already has 2. That's 1 already, and then somewhere here. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. That's scary. Okay. There should be... Oh, look at that. That's nice. Any diagonals with ones or bombs, I think. Looks like it. So if there's only one here, then that's free space. And same thing for that. Same thing for that. Probably for this one too. That is one. Oh my goodness. There's still one here. It's there. And if that's good. These are also good. There's something somewhere here. So maybe it's right there. Cause this one would also be next to it. This is a 3. Okay, that's one right there. If that's good, does that mean that's good? Yes, it does. And then that means there's one there. That's... that could also mean there's one right there. Yeah, because of that too. So there's nothing here. Ooh, a 4. Scary. But I think this one might be good. Nice. That, because that's a 3. And that's a 4, so that's 3 out of 4. And I'm guessing that's 1. So that's 2 for that one, which means this spot's safe. This could be anything. My best guess is there's something maybe right there, but I don't want to just flag it yet. Similar situation to this. Actually, there is one right there, so that's good. I think that's it for that one, and then there's one right there maybe? Because this, and then that would be safe. Because this is not a 4, and there's right here. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yep. And then for this 4, there's only 2 more tiles for that. That's... and same for that. Oh, look at that. Same for this. If there's none right there, there's one right there. Then if that's right, there's just that. There's safe spot there. Safe spot there. That's tricky, but there's one right there. So this means this is safe. Good. Nice. Same thing for that. I have a feeling that it could be right here and right here. Thinking about it. There's definitely two here because it's an edge spot. There's no other spots. That's 2 of 3 for this spot. I feel like there wouldn't really be anything here because if there were, this would be... Does that look right? No. That would be a 4. So maybe there's nothing here. Maybe it's that. I don't want to be too quick with it. So there's only one here. So that's 2 possible things. I'm just not sure. I think I might come back to that. Is there anything else I can do without guessing or anything? Maybe. Nice. No, that's not right. Right there. Because there's one right there. Right? Don't let me step on this and it... Oh, look at that. That means this one would be... And then... That would... This would be a spot. There we go. There would be nothing here. That would be... Nothing. That makes sense. Same thing for this. That's... No. That doesn't make sense. There's something there's nothing there, right? But there's something spooky scary right there. Okay. And there's one right there, so that's good. Good. Nice. What else? 3 right here, so this one's safe. Nice. Maybe one right there? Threes are always like really scary because you don't know. They could be sharing this spot. Would that cause that's good. That's good. There'd have to be something there. So that means okay, okay. Yeah, okay, I'm fine. That's good. There's nothing here, but there's something there. Yep. What did I guess? Did I guess there was something here? I don't know. So there's nothing here, but there is 4. Interesting. Is it gonna be like a little flower pattern with that one? I don't know. No, it won't, because... Oh no, why did that not... Okay, it's just delaying a little bit. There should be nothing here. Nice, and there shouldn't be anything here either. Same thing here. Nice. We have a couple free spots, free spaces. Bingo. Like bingo. That's clearly the only spots, and then that's a free spot. Whoa. Okay. There's something in there, but not here. But that is a 4, so boom. And then there's something there, I think. It looks like it. And then I feel like there'd be something here. Yep, I'm right, nothing there. And then is that all the 4? There's something there. And then that 3 is good. There shouldn't be anything here. There could be something here, I want to say. Possibly. Something there. Surely there can't be anything here. Ooh. Okay. Oh, that was... Okay, well, if there's nothing there, then I'm good. That should be free as well. And then this should also be free. There's one there. I think it's looking good. That's 2, so there's a free spot there. This is also 2, so there's a... Okay. And that is a thing because there's no other spots for this 2. And I'm guessing right. That's nice. Okay, that's interesting. That's tricky. That's tricky. So there's one right there. I'm guessing there's one right here. Okay, I'm good. I don't want to be too... So there's one right there. There's one right there. Right there, and then this one is fine. Second guessing myself. This one is also fine if I'm right. There. Gonna walk around here to clear out some tiles. Then there's probably one right there. One right there. And then there's probably one right here because 3s are nefarious, obviously. Now I'm not sure. Maybe I'll unmark that one right now. There's one right there. That satisfies the 2. So there's 4 right here. That 2 is fine. There's only one right there. So that must mean... Yeah. That's good. Okay. Then now onto here. That's one. There's nothing here. Nothing there because of this. There's something. So if I'm right here, guessing that's one. That's one. Is that one? No. Cause this is 2, right? There's only one here. Only one here. 2 here. 3 here. So that's safe. Those are 2. So is this also safe? And then that's... And then some right there, maybe? I feel like I'm missing something. Because that's... Yeah, that's 2. So there's just something there. There's nothing there. That means there's something... That means there's something here, and then... and then if that's a spot... Something there, because no other tiles. Something there. Taking a look. So, something there and there. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But there's only 2 here, so clearly that's a fun space. Going back up there, 3. there's just one there, that means there's clearly... Alright, nice. So I was right, there was one here. Then there shouldn't be anything here. Nice. And if these are right, there shouldn't be anything up here either. And since that's a 2, there's one there. And if these are right, then there shouldn't be anything up here either. That's 1. Something around here. Lots of 2s. So there's just 2 here. So there's gotta be... Right. This is what stumped me earlier. The only way might be to guess. Oh no. So if that's right, then there's that. There's one there, and then that's fine. Something right there, I think. And if this is fine, nice. So there's nothing there, but there is one there. Nice. There's 4, so those are bad. And that's would satisfy the 3. If that's right and there's only one here, then that's good. Same thing for that. Same thing for this. There might be something right there, I think. Yep, looks good. There would be nothing right here, right in these 2 tiles because of those 2 flags. Something right there. Satisfies this, so there's clearly something there. And then maybe something right there. Or it could be right there because of that 2. But there's 4 right here, so I'm gonna take a gamble. There we go. So that's fine with the 2. Only 1 here. So it's gotta be that right there. Gotta be one right here. Somewhere here. So I'm guessing that one. Yep. And then since there's already 3 here, is it fine? Including this one. Oh! And I did it. All done. That was nice. Alright, another match. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Starting off with a lot of 1s. There's one right there. So that means there's a bomb there. But nothing here. Nope. There's something over here. I was right. There certainly was something. That being a thingy thingy that I have to flag before I step on it. There's something here. That's a 1, and there's some there. Diagonal, so there's something there. This is a 1, so those are free spaces. That's something. I might be stumped here. That's 1. I'm thinking. There's something here. Maybe right here? Because that makes sense for both of these. Okay. Yep. So I'm right about that. There's nothing here. Ooh. Getting 4s early. Nope. I don't want to guess that too early. But there's one right there. Whole thing opened up. Look at that. That's a lot of free space. Maybe right there? No. It would have to be right there. Because there's only one right here and there's obviously... Yep. There it is. One right there. That satisfies the two. Oh. Oh, a 5. I haven't seen that yet. It's like I'm collecting numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's only one right here. So those are all bad spaces, and that's fine. Nope. There's nothing there, but there is something right there. Nothing there. Nothing here, but there's something there. Shouldn't be anything right there, but there is something right there. There's something here. Maybe it's actually right there, and these two just share. Maybe. Nothing there. Something over here. Nothing here, so that means there's one right there, which satisfies that. There's something there. Nothing. That's... nothing there. I think there might be something right here. Right there. But nope, that's not right. So there's one right there. So that's safe. But there is one right here. And if there's one right here, then surely that adds up. That adds up. That's where they get you. That's where they get you. So there could be one here, because it would make sense. That'll make sense. Because there's nothing here, right? And there's nothing here. There's nothing here. But there's something there. Nothing here. And nothing here. Okay, so I think I was wrong. Right there. There's nothing here. Something right there. So nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Right there, there's something. Something here. Something right there. Then those, that. So there's nothing right there. But there's some over here. Over here, somewhere. Somewhere. I just don't know. I don't know. That ends up. Yep. Okay, so there's nothing here. But there's something right there. Something right there. So nothing there, but wow, that's a 5. Okay. Seeing 2 5s on the board today. Or this session. That was a clip. Oh my goodness. I'm watching that after stream. I think this might be the final board. Because, you know, I think I'm doing good and I want to end on a good note. If you know what I mean. But anyway, back to the minesweeper. So if those are like that, then there's nothing there. And then that's 4, so that's... Look at that. 1, 2, 3, yeah, wow, that's a 6. We found the 6th number. We found it. Something right there. Then there's nothing right there. And if there's nothing here, that's something. Nothing right there because that's a 1. Something there. But nothing here. Nothing here. So maybe something right there. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, no. Something right there. If these... So that means nothing there. And then... Oh, wow. Nothing here either. So there's definitely something right there. And something right there, too. And then nothing here. But there's something there. 2, 3, 4. So... There's something there, I just don't know where it is yet, so that's safe. 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 One right there. Feel like there's one right there. Apparently there's... Yep, that makes sense. But... Yep. These are all fine. That's a 4, so there's something right there. There's something right there because that's a 2. But there's nothing right there. I don't think. Yep. But there is something there. Nothing here. But there's something right there. Nothing. Alright. Something there. Let's see. Some right there. There is nothing here. And also nothing here. Nothing there. But there's something there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Boom. Hmm. Looking good so far. Looking good. Hmm. Just a little bit left. I can do it. I can do this. Ooh. 5. That looks good. There's something there. Something there. Nothing here. But there's something there. Nothing there. Could be something there or there. Probably there. Okay. Nice, 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 nice. All good over there. Then right here. something there. No! I didn't mean to. Duh. Well, I think we can count that one as a win. I'm gonna go ahead and count that one as a win because I was super close. I was so close. So close. Whatever. Something not working right. Hold on. Okay. There we go. I think that's it for minesweeper for today. No more minesweeper. I'm done with the minesweeper. But it is a good game. I'm considering playing a different Roblox game or ending stream. I think I might end stream. Well, that's been it for Roblox Minesweeper. Okay. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be streaming or not, but it might be more Roblox. More Roblox. Or the second option. The secret hidden second option. Thank you for the clip. Thanks for the clip. Drink water, go to bed, and I'll see you next time I stream. Thank you for watching, and good night, or good morning? Maybe. Okay, goodbye.